No, pretty comfortably at 16-9. Now we have Overpass coming down the pipeline. This is a Fnatic classic. This is the home map when you think of this Fnatic team. And they've got to show a good face here, or else Eternal Fire are going to steal away this playoff spot with very little resistance from the Fnatic squad.
From success to success inside of Malta, CCT champions into the playoffs of Pro League, if they can find it here and now on Overpass. But of course, we've already had this game before, and Fnatic fielded a 10-round T-side start and went on to win that game. So can they keep it going the same as last time, or will history not repeat itself today? Eternal Fire coming in as favorites now with wind in their sails. On Fnatic, it's been a long day in the office, having already played the opening BO3 against IHC. They had to grind for that win across 3 maps. And they're going to have to do the same now if they want to take this spot. Fast up long. Only Xantares in the site. Eternal Fire 4 strong at B, but this is okay. They've got nades, they've got a kit, they can play retake. It can be especially easier if Xantares can thin the crowd.
Yeah, can have his work cut out for him, but he is the man for the job. That is a clean tap to open up the pistol. They're going to keep challenging him, keep chasing him, but into this triple stack, back in the bank. It's a nice double out of Fashion to do what he can in that moment, but not enough to beat Xantares, who's having one hell of a round right now. X-Cloud and Major starting to make their appearance inside of the site now as well, with Crims waiting back at Flowers and Mezzy making some noise over towards long. They're on the bomb, and it's not planted for anyone left in this round. It was a CT side plant. They lose the guys that try to push in a bank, so they lose that attempt at taking the CT control. And then Crims and Mezzy were very locked out of that.
I'm pretty sure it was Mezzy who planted the bomb in the first place, so I really thought that was a default plant, honestly. No way they'd play that passive, but they're waiting for flanks that aren't coming. Eternal Fire played that full CT retake setup, so they just get a free stick. That's a weird post plant for Fnatic to take, considering the bomb plant. But as you said, they lost their deep control and they got desperate. Big pistol round win for Eternal Fire, started strong by Xantares, who wants more than ever to make it to those Pro League playoffs. And as we said, opening this matchup in that desk, Fnatic's recent Pro Leagues have not been filled with success, despite picking up the championship 3 times. And even coming second place in Season 10. Right now, Eternal Fire have got the pistol, and Fnatic have got the force. Galil's out and about. But you could argue Fnatic have a better buy in this round, right? Or at least it's close. 2 M4s will reign supreme, but already the utility is a miss from Eternal Fire. 1 smoke, 2 flash is all that remains. Not even a kit. It could get sticky.
All right, got that spot over towards long. That was Xantares giving him a little jiggle. But Fnatic want to try and go back down here towards B. Right now, Eternal Fire, they've got 2 players actually in the site, but a 3rd man up in heaven. Major kind of rotating around between either which bomb site. You saw him juggling up 1 flash onto Xantares. I wonder what the intent was with that. I mean, it's handy, right? He's going to have that if this comes down to a retake now. He can have that a little bit later. So you need these site guys to trade favorably. That's what you're hoping for here.
Nice shot.
Crims with a reply, but it's before this. It's all Eternal Fire. Creeping up the board, coming in with kills apiece. Crims grabs the bomb,
pushing.
But he's a dead
They're pushing!
Man. Oh! Hang on a second. Nikodos has got his back. We're into the 2v2. Fnatic have skirmished their way into this spot. They were never really meant to get here with how the openers went for Eternal Fire. Now it's down to Xantares and Calix. They deal with Crims, but there's a trade out of Nikodos. 1 man still to beat. Xantares started this map looking hot in the pistol, and he's going to close out the 1v1.
Beautiful. And he's feeling it. He, you know, hyper-focused. Look at his face. Guy is not even reacting, getting some screams from his team. But that is a lovely little round from Xantares in the 1v1. Fnatic, I don't even know how they made that 2v4 interesting. Trading out efficiently. Crims died for Nikodos' trade. But he swings out. He's the one feeling the pressure in the post plant. And Xantares gets everything he wants. deals with that force buy. It might be tempting to rebuy here for Fnatic. That's definitely being considered here with the fact that they got 4 kills in the bomb plant, and they go right for it. It's their map pick. They want to establish control early in the T side and have a dominant first half, because it was the T side of Eternal Fire that let them down last time. They had a slew of rounds, 4 or 5 in a row, and then they went quiet for the rest of the map. Pace got sucked out of it. But Fnatic still need to get going because Eternal Fire are in full control. Scout in middle, Emor waits and he sees that peak, but no flick. Back to the site with a 3rd reinforcement in the Captain and Major. But Fnatic, they really do take their time often towards toilets, milling about, waiting around. Got this deep pixel angle for Xantares on his jump spot. And he will get that early info as Fnatic get closer in the toilets.
I mean, you know, you've taken your risks. You've tried to weigh them up by coming in with this force again, but you do need it to have some impact here. Fnatic, they've been spotted. Emor just saw a tiny little bit of pixel. And now he's homed in on this angle. He knows they're about to try fight him. Ooh. And he gets out with a tag. Nice. That's nice. It softened them up for Major's nade. More util raining in. Emor and Major locking this one down with a bit of help from Xantares. He might be on a platter here. Mezzi's got him boxed in. Crim's going to find him. Another attempt at one of these 2vx's, but Mezzi is low. He's wounded. And there's xFloud to finish the job.
We're going to have to see some fakey boys from Fnatic, because right now they're just walking into stacks, right? Every single player of Eternal Fire there ready to trade, and it doesn't help when they get their opening 2 kills as well. Fnatic fighting from the back foot, retreating, and Eternal Fire defeating their opponents in a gun round. Now Fnatic have to eco, right? They've bought back-to-back on these 2nd and 3rd rounds. Nothing wrong with these investments. Economically, they make a lot of sense in the current meta, but it has left them with nothing. But Pistols here can try a fast round if they want. Get a bit of a pacey one out. Monster, they're hanging around on the right side. This will avoid the spam damage, but also allows them to go very quickly when the time is right.
Ooh. Oh, good timing. Yeah, they're ahead of that smoke. They catch him with the util in his hands. xFloud only good for the one and done. Nikados, nice deeg. Calyx trapped out on an island over at short, but winning fight after fight. They still know his whereabouts. Nikados' deagle's done a lot in this round.
Careful.
A 1v2 on his plate, but he seems hungry. Up for the challenge. M4 on his back now, out with the deeg, and Xantares puts a stop to it.
He's closing all these rounds right now with Xantares. He's doing the work Eternal Fire need him to do. Right, this is a player that we can't have afford to go quiet in a series like this. Dude, he is the star of the show.
The thing that's so sick about the performances that Xantares has been putting up is, like, you know, for me, I was always a fan of the old, you know, Space Soldier Xantares, obviously. I feel like we spoke about that a lot. Yeah. But then when he moved into Big, you know, they had some real high highs there. They were briefly in at #1 in the world, briefly. You know, that was over the online era. Yeah, he looked good in that team, right? We really kind of saw him like grow a little bit, I would say, and then obviously the whole team started to kind of dip off. Then we had Xantares duck out of that squad, and I was a little sad about that. I was thinking, you know, is this the last time that we're going to get to see Xantares up on the big stages? But no, with this Eternal Fire squad, which is basically the old Space Soldiers core plus 2 new young guns. Yeah, he's looking good as ever, and it's a treat.
You could even make that comparison. It's like for a while we just thought if we were going to see Xantares play Tier 1, he had to leave domestic teams. Yeah. And we made the same argument, funnily enough, for Tabson over the years, but he's clearly been very keen to hang around. So is Xantares right now. He will get a second chance at life, though. But yeah, even in that year where Big hit #1, they played the most maps of Counter-Strike, didn't they, over the year, of any top 30 team. They were really on the grind. He was part of that big project for a bit of that time. So they really were on the grind, and now he's back down to it. Right now, 4-0 Fnatic, trying to break their way into this T side. They go for a default. They're very spread. They've cleared connector. They've got B water. They're moving up long. Crims is probing for a B pick, but doesn't want to die here early. Meanwhile, Eternal Fire again. Heavy setup on A. They've got the AWP. They have a boost over fence or over sign rather. And this is great for catching a free kill. I mean, both of these positions are very difficult to flash and could net early kills with no route for a trade for Fnatic. But it all gets pulled apart as Eternal Fire change their mind and lean down to B. And oh, would you look at what's happening? Fnatic are going B. Whatever has made Eternal Fire change their tune, well, they're singing the right song right now. 20 seconds, here come Fnatic.
Oh, that's a good flash. X-Floud is wrecked by it. And now, I mean, Major, if him and Xantares don't go huge, there's no saving this round. Xantares has dropped into the site. He wants to fight with his captain, but it's only one from him. Plant coming in, and Major can't do a thing about it. Emor locked out back in heaven. And it might have to be a bit of a combat save. I don't know how you're going to get Major out of this position. That's the scary spot.
They're so scared of throwing away this round, they're just not giving anything. It's a good setup. They're playing off of each other's contact. Major can leave. I don't think he realizes how easy it will be. But now that timing is gone as Nikodos hunts the frag. It's Emor alone with the AWP, and Fnatic will get on the ball before alive. Very important detail to have players standing in this round. If you get out and you only have one survivor, you're in hot water. You're susceptible to reset, but Fnatic have been chipping away at this money over the past 4 rounds and have finally broken it. Yes, Emor saves the AWP, but there won't be a lot behind it. This is a chance for Fnatic to really warm into the T side and get a bunch of early rounds. They know that. They've got to seize it.
Yeah, this was a nice little, late kind of untelegraphed B-pop there out of Fnatic. Something that they're prone to running.
Especially impressive considering Eternal Fire had just moved 4 players over to that side, right? They were ready for it. Fnatic are ready to run.
Yeah, right back in again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the idea. Crims and Roy with the openers. And Calix run up by the MAC-10. No respect from Crims there.
Free AWP as well. It's in the site. Couldn't be more retrievable for Nikodos. So he may as well. And this is a sad save for Eternal Fire. Not much to get away with, but their best option.
Yeah, I think the thing that's going to hurt the most for Eternal Fire in this one is they had a chance to kind of completely shut Fnatic's T-side dreams down, right? One of the things about Overpass is that so often kind of feels like you rely as a T-side on picking up like a pistol to kind of kickstart that building of a T-side. You only need a handful of rounds to put up the minimum you're looking for. But Fnatic didn't have that. Eternal Fire were able to win out versus the 4 spies, even win it out versus the next round 4 spy, with Fnatic pulling it out twice in a row. Yeah. So they had a chance for this to be like a great first half. Now, it still can be, just going to be a bit more work, right? Because Fnatic have already kind of started to build up a little bit on the T side. They've got a couple of rounds in the back pocket. They've got ideas that are working in just this B hit. And so the question now becomes for Major and the boys, how do they put a stop to it? What's the response going to be?
Yeah, it's a bit of delayed gratification, I guess, because while Fnatic don't get pistol, they don't steal any conversions. They show up a little bit late to the party. That's all. Fashionably late, coming in after 4 rounds and taking their first. And the result is almost the same. You've just let Eternal Fire get a little bit of a head start, but you've still broken the money before it's built up to the double AWP territory, before Eternal Fire have so much util they can take every part of the map away from you with deep mollies. They were always on the edge, and now they've tumbled off it. 2K a player, a save on a CT timeout. And Fnatic, you'll note, did not take that AWP. They knew it was there, they looked it in the eye, they chose against it. Partly because Crims is, of course, going to make more money with a MAC-10 in a round like this. But also just screams that they want to keep this pretty quick pace.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why it might be quite nice to see them still keep the pacing rather high is the...
Oh, double nade on the boost.
Double nade at the boost.
He was jumping, I guess.
Yeah, just trying to play for the info was X-Floud. But yeah, like if you do look for a kind of pacey round once again, right, it's going to, at this point, you should have definitely kind of put in Eternal Fire's mind that they're going to need to be laying down some of this util early on their CT side, and that's great for Fnatic, right? You want them lobbing in those smokes early. You want them getting as much util out at the start of the round, so then you have less to deal with later. This round they're just grouped, heading out mid. Antares and co do of this flank. But it shouldn't find too much.
Maybe a gun? Oh, they just turn. Fasher. Oh, this is the Fam has to clear him up. Nikodos doesn't need to hang around, but he's got them right where he wants them. And they've got him dead. Crims is dinked. Don't get weird. This round can't afford to for Fnatic. They were just getting comfortable. And now the eco round is armed with 2 AKs.
Yeah, this has gotten very, very scary very, very quickly. Antares is really complicated matters. There's a weird fight happening here over towards the toilets. Hidden in this divider smoke is Crims. Antares tapped out back at long. And there's Emor deleted. The close player Crims dinked earlier on by Calix on this rotate up. But they'll never finish the job. And Fnatic are able to regain some control over that round. Antares nearly stole it all away.
That's very scary. You don't want to be in that 3v3. Going to feel very tense in that moment when you know your enemy is fully armed. But no armor, no nades, and no position to get back into the round. Fnatic still knew where Eternal Fire were coming from. They will do right by the anti-eco, but now the buy comes through for Eternal Fire. They might not even have the AWP, to be honest. We'll have to see. Loss is not built, and so no Emor could barely buy. No nades. And Nikodos actually does have his AWP in this round. It's going to be little resistance. I like this play. Very cheeky. Triple boost. You don't see this often. It's risky. Crims has walked out B. Crims has walked all the way through. They've seen him. He's heard them. It's a weird stalemate. X-Cloud's calling for support. He's hoping for help, and it won't be needed. He will take Crims down. That was crazy. I don't know how Crims found that gap, why he believed he had the room. He was right, but there were 4 players at that B site. If it was just the boost, that'd be one thing, but X-Cloud saves this round from disaster. And Fnatic now still going to pop their way into B.
Yeah, Messi leads out through short. We also have Fasher starting to make an appearance here, lobbing in a bit of util, pulling the eyes away from Messi, who's gotten very, very deep out monster, tucked in over towards jail right now.
God, I just wonder, like, did Crims know they were doing that? Did he hear it, or did he... Is that... I can't even imagine that's a read. I haven't seen Eternal Fire do that on this map before. And that's a crazy round to just walk solo out short so brazenly, so confidently. But he was perfectly on the money. It was just that 4th player. 30 seconds, Fnatic, again, they've got to go. Nikodos is holding a flank, but there's no one coming in here. There's still only 2 on the site. Eternal Fire are unconvinced. Fnatic can trade their way to a win.
Oh, X-Cloud caught looking the wrong way. Calix will reply, will respond. Still that AWP ready to go up against him, and Nikodos makes it work. Full blind, but another. He's even shooting for a 3rd. Antares waits with bated breath. He's hoping. Oh, I was going to say he's hoping that they fight him, but then I guess he wasn't. Both players swinging together from inside of the site. And Fnatic find a way in. This T side is already off to a good start, right?
Yeah. Considering they went 4-0 down, this is, I mean, literally perfect ever since. But it's the way the rounds have gone, with the exception of that very close anti-eco. These B plays have just been massacres for Fnatic, popping through smokes, going off spawn. That round, getting Messi out monster, sitting in jail for half a minute, and then late executing with 20 seconds. And Eternal Fire didn't have enough information. They didn't know where that one was ending. And now they're on pistols, and they can afford to play 5B, because why wouldn't you after all Fnatic have shown us? Crims gets caught, another eco, getting scary, getting hairy, but Messi's brought the trimmers out. 3 kills instantly will return this round to normality, and they can start dunking nades in as well to ensure that this one will not be an upset. Boost is a nice idea, but it's going to get caught by Roy, who's already walked out monster. And so he shall. 1 and 2, 5 rounds to Fnatic.
Yes, and now up in the lead, right? Obviously, when these guys played a little earlier on in the group, we had that. It was a grueling 3-map series, one that Fnatic was able to walk away with in the end. But Overpass was one of the maps played. Perhaps unsurprisingly, it's a go-to for this Fnatic team, and it's one that Eternal Fire are willing to leave open. There, Eternal Fire managed 5 CT side rounds, and that game ended 16-11. So they actually got more rounds over on their T side. I think they're going to need more than that here, right? And I think that's probably the expectation that Major and the boys have come to as well. So we've got to see a solution sooner rather than later.
Great flashes at Monster for Calyx. Xfloud's going to be able to clean Mezzy up. Fnatic again, they're just relentless at this B site. Trying to pop through early, get a player in position. It's been Mezzy, it's been Crims. They've both been very keen for openers. But now Fnatic are cooled off into a 4-on-5. Back to the same setup with a third player on A. Eternal Fire frequenting this. They've even got double monster setup as well, which is very nice. While they are committed to B, they are going to be super late on rotations. This is likely going to be A. They seem to believe it, and Fnatic is showing us that that seems to be the case. Although, as I say that, Roy starts ducking back down. And so, Fnatic seemingly making the perfect move. Question is, are they ready for double monster? And also, do they have a good flash? Because Crim's got the only one. It's got to be perfect out B in order to blind this setup. There's no one anti-flash. This could tear them apart. Here it comes.
Oh no, they went ahead of it. They went ahead of any util. And they've even gone through that molly. That makes it far too easy for Calyx. Basher and Roy roasted alive. Molly down, but honestly, if you're Calyx, that doesn't really affect you. A 1-4 on trade. Crims did all he could in that moment, but Xantares shut him out, and Nikados is not long for this world. Even the save is not guaranteed here. He's kind of boxed in over towards short, thankfully. Eternal Fire show a bit of mercy, so they'll let him get out with that AWP.
They need their money as much as he does, right? In fact, Fnatic don't really care if they lose that gun. They have so much money, but Eternal Fire have nothing on the CT side, so very important they keep players standing. Great round for Calyx, right? He poised Xfloud for the opening kill with that flashbang, and he goes on to drop the molly at the perfect timing as Fnatic walk out Monster. I think, if anything, going before that flash popped did hurt Fnatic more than it helped. Yes, Calyx's molly was primed. He would have thrown it anyway, but the second his teammate dies, he drops it and swings as well. If there was a flash to go in, there's a chance he misses his molly. There's a chance Fnatic push with the flash quickly instead of stopping after the kill and waiting for it. Order of events was not the way they wanted, and Eternal Fire, with only 2 towards B, managed to hold on. Because while we hype up Xantares for these closing rounds, which he has done, Calyx needs to be a rock-solid anchor in this series as well. Showing some good promise right now. We haven't really seen Emo with the AWP. That's been the quiet piece.
That's a real shame as well.
Fnatic haven't got A, in fairness. He's been left like either back in pit, full blind against rushes, or saving. So let's wait till we see an actual scaling A round where Fnatic are taking bathrooms. They haven't even done that. And Emo's realized that. Instead of just playing in the bomb site, he's actually pushed a divider this time. So they have a bit more early info. It means they don't need to play AAA, and they can be waiting for this B setup. Fnatic, of course, taking the info away on that A site. Smokes and flashes galore will force Eternal Fire back to passive setups. Cheeky little boosts as well. They're looking for Emo, but they won't find him. And again, all too consistent. Eternal Fire go back to this setup. Right now, it's not even been seen by Fnatic. That's the craziest part. You see the same spots every time. Major jumping long, Xantares on the fence, and Emo up close. But Fnatic don't know. They've never seen it.
Oh, missed shot from Emo's AWP. Sails right by Roy back in the bathroom.
Don't do that again.
Oh, Nikados waits and he collects his debts. Owed 1 from that A site. Major out of the round now.
Oh, look at the gamble.
They're going to start to lean away. Start to lean away from lower.
Okay.
They've employed the boost back in spawn. That
like
makes sense, right? You've got limited resources here. You're in this kind of 2-2 split. And the bright side is they shouldn't overreact to that flash.
They've been faked out at B with a molly and a flash.
Look, they're trying to move up.
Oh.
They're starting to bring everyone up. All 4 players moving in, and Xantares, they didn't even know about him. Back at long. That's the bomb away from Fnatic. And Nikados, no saving this time.
I'm loving the hype for Eternal Fire. They bring so much energy to this room right now, and Fnatic have to sit in that. Yeah, it seemed like they made the read as soon. Util came down, Major started dropping, and then immediately they just turned around and everyone started rotating back up to A. They realized, oh, this is only a smoke, sorry, a molly and a flash.
Yeah, Major dropped early.
Sorry, not Major, whoever it was. Number 7.
Yeah.
Major's number 8. So whoever number 7 is. Emor. That's who it is.
Yeah.
He started dropping, then they all turned around before he'd even committed, and they were 4 up on A again. So very fluid rotations, and that's allowed by these passive rounds for Eternal Fire, where they're only really playing in the bomb sites. They haven't taken mid, they haven't pushed long, they haven't fought for connector all half. But that seems to be working out. Another key round here, where both teams' money is on the edge, more so Eternal Fire. I guess Fnatic can rebuy. Can Eternal Fire keep battering the doors down? Calyx, I like this off angle. Crims is very eager to take a peek into B. He's going to do it again. Oh, the molly. X-Cloud's fine behind the pillar. He has some space. Just got to watch the spread on low health. Crims will tuck in and wait.
Yeah, Crims often left to his own devices down towards this B side of the map. They give him a lot of room, give him a lot of kind of respect to make his own plays, right? We had that round where he just walked all the way out monster. This round, he's been sat here at the sandbags for a long while. He's said to the rest of the boys, guys, they don't know I'm here. And he swings out hoping he could get the opener. He can't, but they will trade back, right? Fasha follows up Crims' left hook with a big right hook of his own. And then Nikodos nails that second man.
Yeah, holding the perfect line. Fasha would have died to X-Cloud there if Nikodos wasn't scoped in, and he was already prepared for that repeat. He gets it, he hits the shot. That's the most crucial kill of the round there, is Nikodos. And it's forced Eternal Fire to save their guns over on the A site. Again, allowed by Fnatic. There's not been much hunting here, and that's the pressure of the final game of the group, right? Both teams are feeling it. No one wants to be too blasé, too crazy, too aggressive. Even how passive Eternal Fire being on the CT side is an example of it. They know what's on the line. They are trying to play tight counter right now. Now, I imagine somewhat of that goes out the window when we see Eternal Fire's T side. They are a very rambunctious team. They love 5 grouping and going for quick attacks. But Fnatic saw it on Overpass last time. They'll be ready for it. We'll have to see in the second half what adaptations have been made for Eternal Fire.
Emor might finally have a chance to get involved early. They've gone through that mid-molly, and that's exactly what he wanted.
Bro.
That's more like it, right? Those are the fights he's kind of been hoping you give him. Ooh. Thus far, he's been dodged. We have Santares dealt with down in the connector. Fasha flushes him out. Fnatic take a bit of position over towards long. CT side for Eternal Fire getting very mobile here. Is there a man down? They pull an extra player over towards A. Major moves in to reinforce this side of the map. Emor's about to have a chance to tip the scales in Eternal Fire's favor.
Yeah, he's moving way too much here. He needs to pick an angle and just play a little more static. Backing up is fine, but he can get caught by so many timings if he's changing his view from con to toilets to mid.
Dude, Major's jump peeking again as well, and Nikodos is scoped up. I'm so nervous. Or not Nikodos, Mezzi rather, is scoped up. I'm so nervous he's going to fall to it again. Emor should get double swung here as well, so... I say that. No, he will.
I mean, Fasha's not swinging. He's on the bench. Crims has been taken out coming out of con with no flash there. Fasha will get that trade. Emor's gone. He seems to be the counter right now into this site. Major doesn't know they're creeping the smoke, and Roy with a crucial entry has left Calyx in the corner. They don't know. Nade's out. Bomb out. They don't know. They finally trade him. It's only X-Cloud on a flank. Plant required, but he finds a double headshot and puts Mezzi in the hot seat.
That didn't even look on purpose. That's crazy.
Oh.
The 1v1, but he can't find it. Mezzi holds on. Holds his own in that clutch there. Fnatic really needed him to, because for X-Cloud, A stray bullet almost wins him that 1v3.
I thought it was just one kill, and then suddenly, wait, where's the plant gone? They're both dead. Dear, oh dear, this was a lovely opener for Emor. But Fasher, with a big round as well, found 2 entry kills, 2 crucial entry kills, getting rid of the AWP as well on short. And Xfloud,
look at that. Just
firing downrange and finding a double kill. Very frustrating for Nikodos, who died early, but there it is. Messi saves the day. And they say the British can't cook. Look at that guy. Cooking up a round right now for Fnatic.
What do you reckon his favourite meal is?
Beans.
Yeah.
On toast.
Messi loves a plate of beans, doesn't he?
Full English.
Wow.
Now some Danes and some Dutchies and a Swede as well, actually. Got a full plate here for Fnatic. This is a great T-side. Let's let's take stock. They've broken the money, put them back down to the eco. We didn't see this boost before. They need to. Oh, the drop. They don't like that. Immediately, they
everyone in the round, like they all go looking
even
over who
like,
dropped.
I don't know about that one.
Well, the boost is ruined. Oh, Xantares gets deleted.
Dude,
we pitted him and Crims against each other on the head-to-head. We said these are these are the 2 veteran players within this game, and a doming for Xantares.
Ooh, a lot of players this event have not checked this position. We've seen knife kills, we've seen so much, but if he drops now, there's still a 3rd player. He holds his own, and he has the round in the palm of his hand, but Xfloud falls after 1. There was a chance, but Fnatic strip it away with 8. No one's clearing that at Pro League, Harry. No one's clearing it. Was it Techno who got 4 kills off of that with a knife?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Oh,
dude, I feel bad that he doesn't get more out of that, because he fully deserved to get more out of it, man.
He just, I'm sure he wants to drop earlier, but there's a 3rd player, so he had to wait for all of them to pass. And at that point, it's too late. And Xantares has a deep breath after he gets headshot jumping.
Yeah, fair play. That's a
good teammate. He didn't rage. He just went.
Yeah.
Hopefully with the mic closed, though. Good round for Fnatic to throw a boost into their own, perhaps. They haven't done this yet. They're going to let Nikodos look for an opener while they boost. Double whammy, eh? Calix is holding it, though.
They're doing a lot. The whole opening move is kind of centered down towards B, right? You got Nikodos posted with the AWP. You've got the boost taking place. They've employed a lot of resources to try and get this opener down on the lower side of the map, but it's Emor's AWP striking through the silence first. A 5v4 out of the gate for Eternal Fire.
Crims has been on Calix's screen. He just hasn't seen it yet. I don't think Crims has had the same luxury of seeing him right back down over the roof. Nade's coming out. It's a good bit of damage. Double nade. That will do. Molly as well. Throw everything you got at him. And Calix will have to find a hidey hole. Second time in this map that someone's come out of connector without a flashbang and Emor's AWP'd him. That happened to Roy. So Fnatic are going to have to just end it at B. And Eternal Fire have shuffled downwards. They've got no more nades. Just this one little flashbang on Calix as Fnatic get ready to go for the last round of the half. Tick-tock though, boys.
Yeah, very little time there. They're playing this one really into the margins of this timer, and Eternal Fire are starting to bring bodies down towards B. They see the bomb now. It's out in the open. You're not winning this, Fnatic. This one's done. The time's decided it. Far too long to get this play rolling, and it's going to let Eternal Fire squeak around out there to close out this first half. Basically neck and neck. Fnatic just barely in the lead, up 8-7.
Summers, boy, and I ain't lose yet. Cause I can never get enough. Running, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah. it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them, this is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a big bull in this element, yeah, say you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch I step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't
My God, he's a firework! The best in the game! All right, we're back. Fnatic leading the charge, up 8-7 after a back and forth first half. Both teams going on little streaks to make it happen. Right now, if you really want to look out for some point men, we're going to be taking a look down the list. It's Mezzy, Nikados, and Crims doing the heavy lifting for Fnatic. On the Eternal Fire side, Zantares has been a round closer to Envy. And we've had someone else actually from Envy, and Calix also looking good alongside him.
That's
there you go,
throwback.
there's the link in.
Was that on the fly? That's incredible.
Yeah, I only just kind of realized that. You remember Calix was in Envy?
Yeah, I do. Remember Carrigan was in Envy at one point.
Yeah, with Drone.
Yeah, good old days. Throwing it back a few.
Better times for Carrigan.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that one. That's, let's just get into the game, shall we? Because we've got an aggressive pistol for Fnatic, one they're getting a little bit punished for. Major with a P250 fires back. Fnatic go right past this, or Eternal Fire do rather, and go up short side. Then they duck down into the depths below, into Roy, who loves these dual Berettas. Oh, he's spamming, he's spraying, he's praying, and right now they're answering the call. 2 kills and a lot of damage to the last man. Oh, there's even a flank down con. This is so suffocating for Fnatic, and they're going to finish the job. Everyone dead. 9 rounds with a pistol in the pocket. Eternal Fire have entered the boiling point, Harry.
Man, that was like the most cavalier use of dual Berettas I've ever seen. You know, like normally, right? Whenever I'm kind of thinking dualies in recent times, I'm thinking, I would say probably of Zywoo, actually.
Yeah,
he's
very,
very dually based.
The dually player.
And whenever you see him use him, he's shooting fast, but he's still going for headshots, right? It's almost like he's controlling the spray.
It's a lot harder when they're on the stairs,
is how I would describe it. But Roy,
taking their legs out.
He's just different with how he did it. He was like, just full, I'm just going to fire all the bullets into the bodies. And he makes it work.
I like it. You know, he can get so many rounds off, and he's not going to have to reload. It's swapped to the clock. That's a very suffocating round for Fnatic. Already they're playing a little bit more aggressive than Eternal Fire ever had the interest in doing. Double toilets, connector. Of course, only Glocks for Eternal Fire. No bomb plant means no buy. Roy doesn't know they're wide, but ooh, he can duck out just in time. And actually, it's a flawless round for Fnatic. They farm up in middle. Mezzi gets 3 ecos to keep him at top of the server. And now we go into the gun rounds where Eternal Fire, I've already said, when we had this previous matchup, played very fast, very quick rounds, did not wait around to get involved with these AKs. And it worked for about 4 or 5 in a row. Then Fnatic found the answers. So what adaptations have been made on either side of the coin? Freak out. And look at the take from mid.
Yeah, 2 players pushed all the way through. Even once you make contact with one, you're not ready for a second. Emor's going to come back up. The bomb's right here, so it's scary. Also, Emor has the Krieg. Hello. I don't see the Krieg a lot.
When you're too poor for the AWP. Hey, it has a scope. And, you know, he just went up to get the bomb, but he knows he can't really play for middle right now, and Fnatic are likely stacked down lower. So even if Eternal Fire go here, they're walking into quite a dangerous round.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward as well, because Eternal Fire haven't gone back and, like, retaken that control, so they're kind of forced into following through on the B play. That is a nice way for them to get the opener, but Crims holding this angle from all the way back at jail could just take off the tip of Xantares' head.
Go back for more, maybe. They know Crims is deep monster, but they're going to check connector instead. They know they have no mid control, so they're a little scared of what's above them, and for good reason. Roy, oh, he didn't commit to that. I don't think he's going to peek con. But they have to cross. Oh, he does. He just goes for it, Roy. Drops the bomb and the Krieg. 2v3. It's a worthy death, honestly. But it might mean Eternal Fire get a plant. Unless Mezzi wants to risk it all by running into the site, he's doing so. Oh my god, that smoke has helped him out massively. What a mistake for xFloud. I don't know where he wanted it. It looked like he just wanted it on default, but it bounces off, and it gives Mezzi the room to move to deny the plant. Calyx has to save. The round is over to time. That is a disaster for xFloud. I honestly don't know if Mezzi would have gone for that if the smoke wasn't there. But it was such a temptation. Already seeing some pressure on Eternal Fire's shoulders with plays like that.
Yeah, you know, one of the kind of players that we homed in on coming into this game was Crims, right?
Yeah.
Saying how so often he's been the rock for Fnatic throughout multiple iterations of the roster. He's always been a pair of hands that you could depend on. He's had some ups and downs throughout the Pro League thus far, but he's looking good in the second map of this series. In that round there, he was able to topple the boost and deny that B play. He's following up just behind their captain in Mezzi on the scoreboard. Interesting round out of Eternal Fire here. Couple of hero guns.
Glocks and AKs in the same round is never a pretty picture. Oh, but that certainly is. Xantares. Crucial entry kill. He's got 2. Oh, a whiff spray from Roy. He put Major down to 2 points of health, but it didn't matter because Xantares was there to answer the call. Double entry kill, and he's even got a lineup to get the quick stairs smoke in. Ooh, Fasher doesn't respect it though, but maybe he should have. 3rd kill in the round for Xantares.
This is vintage Xantares, right? This is what you used to love about him, is they just give him a gun, a hero gun. They say, please just win us around. And he's done that in this one. 3 kills and just Crims left to beat. It's a numbers game for Crims at this point, really. He can't justify giving this round a look in. If he saves, they're buying next round. If he goes for it and then they come up short, then it kind of throws that into question. So he's got no choice but to bow out of this round, meaning Xantares does it single-handedly.
Wow.
And those are the rounds that this guy you know, was known for, right? Being able to just be that hero figure, that star player, that star power to cook you up around what you have no business winning. He goes in a mid into a double crossfire. There's a swing up through the connector, and he goes one step further and even gets the kill that forces the save, turning that into a 3v1.
Madness. Absolute madness. And those are the rounds that Eternal Fire, you know, got on with at the start of the T side last time. Just 5 grouping in middle. And I was going to say trading, but that was less trading, more just Antares putting on a show. Great shooting. And look at the money. It's not great for Fnatic. They've got an AWP power at least, but still holes in the defense. The top performer of Mezzi on the worst gun. Captain's taking the L, as they often do. Door off means this boost is still dangerous for Fasher. Needs to be a little bit cautious. Double nade in toilet with a molly. Eternal Fire, very methodical in middle. I like this util, it's really clean. It's something Fnatic were lacking, and they lost a couple of picks to Emor's AWP because they weren't throwing that util every round. I think they did it once. But Eternal Fire, it's all a bit of a ruse as they are situated out B. Oh, little late boost, huh? Oh yeah? That works. Crims with a kill. And Roy wants more, but he's going to get a run boost his way.
Oh, it's kind of a limp run boost, but Emor still lands the shot.
You take that. What on earth?
Takes a while getting it up, but finishes strong. Emor brings us back into even odds.
But they're still gambled B, and there's not much time.
Antares moving in. Gotta try and offer up another big multi-kill round on the entries here. Up at the front of the pack. There's one. There's two. Antares! That's nearly a third. He's done so much to Crims. Someone just got to finish the job, but Crims, elusive as ever. In with a double before they snuff him out. Emor with that frag. Nikodos trying to step up to the plate. A 1v2 in front of him. A 1v2 where he's got no clue where that second man could be.
And no kit.
So time is not his friend here. He's got to be very, very fast at sniffing out both these players. Nails that shot on a major. And now it's just...
no.
Hello, hang on.
Has Crims called it? Yes, he has.
Yeah, he's gone back and grabbed it.
Gotta go.
Now Nikodos has the kit. With that retrieve, that buys him 5 more seconds. Time is of the essence still, though. It's fast getting away from him. Moving up towards short. The no-scope misses. And there's the close. Emor, the man to do it. And very composed, very collected on the camera. Eternal Fire, slowly but surely building back into this one. That's 2 in a row now, and the money of Fnatic broken.
You could see the pain there on Nikodos' face. That is visceral, right? He knew that he could have won that round with one shot, but it just sails on past him. He really thought Emor was still in the bomb site. Didn't expect him to have exited when he went down into water. And then after he's cleared everything, he realizes, I've just got to chase. I've got to run for the kill. I've not got time to dilly-dally. And Emor holds his nerve. A big round from a guy who's been very quiet in this map, but Emor is waking up on the T side. Oh my goodness, thank God Calix went back, because if he didn't, they would have no idea that 4 players are in middle. Oh dear, could still go problematic. They've grabbed an AWP, they've grabbed an AK, but X-Fal's here to stop the tide.
Yeah, right, this is where it should get a little prettier. And X-Fal mows them down, that's more like it. What a recovery from the weird start of that round to the quick close.
Went very wrong to very right very quickly. Lovely spray control, and even started getting shots through the pillar, but right on this last kill you can see he moves out just one step, saves his aim. This guy's got fantastic mechanics. That's why we know him, 20 years old. Emor stressed that he got run down by pistols. But what can you really do, buddy? It's out of your hands. Great save for X-Fal, and now Eternal Fire. Now they're the ones controlling this T side. Got nades in Monster. No one's playing close wood, but I like that they tried. Even this buy from Fnatic is suboptimal, no kit. Oh my God, X-Fal, careful. Fnatic running out of util. They have 3 flashes and they're holding them ready for Monster right now, but they need to use them very wisely to get these early kills, because Eternal Fire not giving away much. Faking out long with a flash is going to keep Nikodos in toilets, but he can clear this position soon. Eternal Fire opting for a boost instead. Moving on up.
Crims is in at the barrels. He is vulnerable to this, and
You're
no
right.
one's looking at it.
Hello!
Oh, that's for free. No one's even considering the boost for Fnatic.
I like that they flashed it as well, just to really double down. And now they just assault.
Full onslaught of util. Fully blind on the close player. Mezzi deleted. Xantares taking heads off again.
Wow.
Beautiful flash work to get him in. And Emo's added another to the tally in the meantime. Forget what you thought you knew about Overpass and Fnatic here. It might have been a neck-and-neck first half with the pistol going Fnatic's way. A brief lead under their belts as they were set up 11-7. But now it's a tie game. 11-all as this T-side taking shape for Eternal Fire. And another brilliant Xantares round to make it happen.
He keeps doing it, Harry. That's 3 triple entry rounds for Xantares, I'm pretty sure, on this T side. The guy does not quit. And he was the one who got Eternal Fire 4-0 up on the CT half as well with a great pistol and some subsequent anti-ecos. Or anti-force buys, rather, important rounds. So in terms of impact, it's definitely there. It's unarguable for Xantares. The highest impact of his team right now. Getting Eternal Fire through the mud. 4th timeout for Fnatic. It's not a freestyle, it's
I know,
a fact.
yeah, it sounded like it was going to be one.
So I bet you in.
Well, Hugo, as once again the official representative of EFTV, is this the Eternal Fire that could 2-0 this? It's looking deadly, right?
It's looking good, but we had the same exact run in the last game. Of course, this one does look better, but they went off for a slew of rounds and suddenly they ran out of ideas. They got cold. Here's the positives. Here's the reasons why this could be a 2-0. Xantares. That's the first reason. And secondly, Emo's actually warming in on this T side, and he hasn't really had to use the ult too much this game. He only had a couple of rounds on CT side where they came towards him, and now, yeah, this is with how aggressive Fnatic have been playing here. For example, heavy con setups have been taking mid back. They've double longed before. That's going to give your T side options. And again, Eternal Fire go back to what they know and what they love: grouping, all out middle in unison, and Nikodos has just missed the timing. He looked away. And now even when he looks back, he's not ready for them that deep, but oh, I take it all back! I take it all back! And he takes off their heads, 2 dead. Nikodos doesn't get a 3rd, but that is a fantastic start to the round to prime Roy in the connector. He has been mollied. Eternal Fire come to expect more where that came from. But this round has just been thrown into disarray.
Yeah, the Deagle has made it a little more interesting. Xantares even dropped a nice shot in the chat after that one.
Real respects real,
right?
Harry.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, God.
Straight baller. Mezzi.
Oh!
Joining the ranks as well.
Bit of footy.
Lovely little double up. 2Ks from the Deagles.
Yes,
and there's
indeed.
the M4 to close it out at the end. From nowhere, Fnatic are right back into this one.
That is a very... I don't even know the word. That's an awful round to lose, Harry. That's an awful round to lose. You can't lose that round if you're Eternal Fire and you want to win on the T side of Overpass. Those are the freebies. And Nikodos makes it easy. That's some beautiful Deeg work, man. And then Mezzi flicks back for Calyx and mid. Oh. That should not be Fnatic's round, but they make it look so easy. And Eternal Fire kicking themselves. And right there is why you use the heavy util and mid. Sure, there's nothing wrong with going for contact plays on occasion and playing. You should be able to trade those. In most cases, you would. You just got some unfortunate timings of Mezzi walking out short. But that's why you use the util. That's why you clear certain positions. You get the molly down con. You get the smoke and toilets. You eliminate the angles where you have to have your crosshair. so you can focus on where the opponent really is. But in that round, they're everywhere. And now up in the lead, 12-11. And look at what it's done. Double Mac 10. The nades are good, though. They're very good. And they don't know how good they've gotten it, but hey, why not boost after that? That's the last thing Eternal Fire will be ready for. Make use of the headshot angle.
Yeah, door's blown off as well. That spam could have come through. Oh, we're at such a weird part of the game. Like, this is where the pressure, the tension, it's all, you know, reaching its apex, we'll say, right? Like, it's all on the line here. Both teams are kind of fully invested. They're all in on this round. Sure, Roy and Nikodos have a bit of extra cash floating around, but both squads as a whole are broke if they lose this. And so it carries so much weight when you're 24 rounds in, you know, that losing one round can almost feel like it decides your fate. And in this very important round, Eternal Fire sit a man up.
Yeah, they can't overthink this one. The third nade connects and kills Fasher at Pillar. They have to just group and go, but the longer they take, the more space Fnatic gets. Look at Mezzi, he's cleared all of middle. They know it's coming.
Yeah, he's got that info ahead of time. That frees up a third man to move around. Mezzi's coming in with a backstab, but there's Emor on the opener.
Oh, yeah.
Nikodos, they're all around him. He's surrounded, and xCloud even goes back towards Con. Deals with Mezzi.
I'm surprised Nikodos moved in there, right? Like, he's going to get smoked out at Heaven and probably mollied at CT, but he's playing very deep in the open with an AWP. Sure, if his teammates hold the line, he just needs to hit 1 or 2 shots, but, you know, they fall and he gets caught out in the open. Great entries from Emor on the rifle as well. Been more successful on that than the AWP this game. And Nikodos, yeah, there's just simply not enough room to get anything done with that position. A crucial round win for Eternal Fire to break that money. As you said, Harry, it was all on the line, and so much so that Fnatic rebuy again. Damn. I'm not sure about this one. Chief. They might actually eco around 2 guns. They still have that option. But yeah, you'll see. Neck and neck, and that's a reset round, okay? It's not 2016, the money is different, but to very similar effect. 4 in a row, broken by Fnatic, and then Eternal Fire put a cherry on top.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy, though. Like, even, you know, I can't stress this enough. Eternal Fire, being able to go blow for blow with Fnatic on this map, on what is, you know, the kind of proving grounds for the Fnatic squad. It would be like Fnatic going into that, like, Anubis matchup the other day. You know, what is kind of the home map for Eternal Fire and keeping it really, really close. You know, Eternal Fire have been right on their heels every step of the way. And I can't express just how well-versed Fnatic are here on this map.
Yeah, and that's part of Eternal Fire getting the reps in, right? I think, you know, coming off of CCT, you know, they lost this map to Fnatic here, but prior to this event, they won it 3 times in a row back at CCT and even took EG down as well coming into day 1 of the group, so, or day 2. So, you know, they got the reps on early. They beat Forza, they beat Honoris, they beat BNE. They've had the prac, and it's paying off right now. Fnatic again, they're stacked B, but I don't think it will save them.
Well, they've got everyone here. It's gonna have to offer something up, or else Eternal Fire stand in such a good spot. Emor goes running to his death. They've got a man trapped. Krims is iced out. Fasher with one of these hero guns moves up short. Won't be able to do much. The nade is lovely. Zantares with a big lineup. And there's Eternal Fire up onto 13. Fnatic will be buying again, right? That was the trickery they tried to do here with the double hero gun investment. But just to go back to this idea that, you know, this is where Fnatic are meant to be doing their best work at kind of all levels, no matter how you look down this roster, whether you're looking at the org and the fact that historically Fnatic as a team have left a hell of an imprint on Overpass. these guys who assembled the boost. It was, you know, they've got 2 graffitis on this map in a way.
Yeah.
They've got the sign up on A. They've got the Olaf defuse down on B. You know, when you look at the IGL, you've got Mezzi, who obviously followed in the footsteps of someone like Alex, who always loved, who always loved having Overpass as a part of the pool. Mezzi is a very, you know, prolific Overpass player. Nikados has given us some insane moments over the years on this map, and yet still Eternal Fire are willing to go blow for blow with them every step of the way, and then some. Up at 13-12, a map already to the good for Eternal Fire. If they win this round, the stage is set for them to 2-0 this game and march into the playoffs.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, basically, Fnatic don't win it right here, right now. Eternal Fire are poised. This is the crescendo of Group A here at the ESL Pro League. Only on our first week, folks. We've got 5 weeks straight of counter coming down the barrel. So many more teams entering the arena. But who will leave it with their head held high is the question. Who will guarantee that playoff spot, giving them 3 weeks off? Another run boost. Yeah. Out he goes. Nothing here. Nikados' AWP is still in toilets. Right now, we're in the room with Eternal Fire and Fnatic. They can't hear us, but we can hear them. And Eternal Fire have been very loud the whole way. And I'm not just talking screaming post rounds. I'm talking the communication, the comms have been very decisive.
But this round's different. This round, they've kind of hushed up by their standards. I don't know if you're hearing it. They know the amount of pull that this round has.
They got spotted.
It's determination right now. Moving in over towards this A side of the map. The first kill found from Roy. Nikados holds the line into this triple stack, into the belly of the beast. And Nikados, along with Crims, look to lock it in. Keep Eternal Fire at bay. Smoke in the way. Emor nails that.
He's dead though, Harry.
As he goes back up long, there's a man tucked in. Hello.
Hello? Surely not. Who checks this?
Surely you don't go that far left.
Nice.
Oh, don't do it, Fasha.
After time.
He waits.
Oh my God, insult to injury.
Brutal. Fasha, if there was ever a way to knife someone, that is the wildest way to do it. He waits till after time. That is maximum insult. You knifed him, you got extra money for yourself, and you denied the save and any income for Eternal Fire, at least on Emor.
That's unbelievable. To hold that shot firstly, so many players just jump the gun, but to wait till the time expires, the impact that has is unbelievable. And Harry, I've got to laugh because I have the knife booster on Fasha in my fantasy, because that is hilarious. I can't believe the chances. It was the only booster I had left, and I've just cashed in. But will Fnatic, or will it fall on dead ears? Xantares. We've seen his hero gun do so much work at this B site. Major falls, Roy shuts down Xantares, but where comes one, comes a second. Calyx gets that equalization. 3-on-3, Roy backs out, and so do Eternal Fire. And I love this call because the 5-man walks have been the rounds they lose, right? Be it walking out mid into that eco with the 4 Deagle kills, be it walking out long just there and losing that previous round. It's the ones where they slow down, where they have the most effect, but Roy forces more fights. He goes over the boost. And he knows everyone is here right now. So Nikados gets given another freebie. Easy kill.
Can't course correct for a second, but that flash brutalizes them. What a last-minute activation to keep this game going for Fnatic.
What a heartbreaking situation this would be for Eternal Fire. And you can feel the atmosphere in the room changing as they realize that this is no longer their favorite game, that all of these T-side rounds, all of these triple entries from Xantares, they might all be for nothing. Because right at the bitter end, Fnatic have woken up with 2 rounds, have knifed Emor in the back. And they're feeling it now. They know it's within reach. No money. And lots of problems. A force fight and a wallbang to begin. The problems keep appearing for Eternal Fire. Only 1 AK. At least it's on Xantares. But boy, is he needed now.
Smoke fades.
Xantares! Oh, dear.
Pulls off a spray that only he could. 2 dead out through Monster. He's doing all he can to keep Eternal Fire in this. A third in the round, but they run right by Mezzi, and he steals it away!
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Hidden in the mist. And Mezzi, they don't clear him. They walk right by. After all of Xantare's entry work, they try and finish the job, but Mezzi gets it started. He was born on Overpass, and he will die there with a smile on his face. What a recovery. And that just pumps you up even more to be on the edge of losing that round if you're Fnatic, and then Mezzi pulls that out. The captain who's been top of the server, or top of his team rather, all game, just absolutely brutalizes Eternal Fire. And these desperate force buys, 3 in a row with low economy. This is what it culminates with.
It's all down to this. Roy in the connector, first man to fall. Opener for Calyx. Nikodos is really on an island over here in mid. You know, at bare minimum, it should facilitate keeping 3 players down on B. And I think Fnatic are going to look to move into that formation now, but it doesn't really make sense for them to do that, right? Yeah, they're doing this boost over in CT, so Mezzi has moved up to go and assist this A side of the map.
I like how Eternal Fire jumping the gun here, right? Like, as I said earlier in that 3-on-3, the rounds where they do cool off and they go searching a little bit, and they throw some nades, try and get some info, those have been the better rounds. Sure. When Xantares can triple entry, that's great, but there's never a guarantee. Fnatic were playing retake. They've now gone back to double monster, but they could be caught peeking through. There's no smoke. They didn't even get punished. And Eternal Fire, one player gets spotted. They rotate everyone around the map. A conga line up towards the A site. Nikodos alone here right now. If he dies with nothing, they might have to save, but he fights fast.
Nikodos mollied out, burning alive. Oh, he just barely lives to tell the tale. Nade goes in, little shallow plant here for Eternal Fire. They're doing all they can to claw this one back into OT, and Xantares, if there's one thing he's not been shy to do, it's step up when they really need him. Eternal Fire poised for a 14th, 1 away from taking us to overtime. This is a game set to go the distance, the full 30 rounds needed, and maybe some more waiting in the wings.
Maybe indeed, Harry, because we don't have a lot of money here for Fnatic, and it may get worse before it gets better. Xfloud may as well see what's in store at this B site, and this could be the... oh, Emor just takes it, and they should have seen Fasher. They just ran right by him. They're going to clear him anyway. They've got time to do so, and he's dead as well. That is high-impact exit work for Eternal Fire, finding all those kills right at the end. Fnatic have nothing, and just as Eternal Fire have been broken in these previous few rounds, holding on by the skin of their teeth, Tech9s and Galils in hand, now Fnatic face that fate. Nothing to work with but the clothes on their back. Any overtimers?
Well, you know, you don't have the Nikodos Deagle. Instead, he's got himself a scout here. I don't know, man. We've had some great Nico Deag moments.
They're just going to explode B, and they're going to make it overtime, Harry. 5 players monster and 4 players middle. It's not much of a contest.
Well, where the weirdness is, right, is that Fnatic went super heavy in mid. That did leave them vulnerable to an early B play, but Eternal Fire didn't want to commit fast B because they're only up against pistols. What if you run into a stack? Unfortunately for Eternal Fire, Fnatic got the info that there was no one mid. They were there with 4 guys. So not only have you missed this window of opportunity to hit an essentially undefended B site, but now as you commit to it, you're going into a full stack. There's still a world in which this could get weird, and it really does hinge on this guy on our screens right now. Yeah. Xantares has been the point man, he's been the difference maker, and now more than ever, he's got to stand tall and deliver. The fights come to them. Pushing the monster smoke is wishful thinking. Fnatic churned up, and Nikodos 1v5 with a scout. This never happens. This will never happen. He's mollied into a corner, locked out of it. Eternal Fire take us to OT.
Incredible, dude. The resilience on this team. We've seen the roller coaster of emotions Eternal Fire has had to go through, from being the highest it could possibly be, to all these entries on eco rounds, to that Mezzi round where he shuts him out with a 4K, sitting in front of the short smoke, and then all the money gone. But Eternal Fire fought on with their back against the wall, and now we go to overtime, where still, I say, Fnatic might still be favored. It is their map pick. They are on the favored side. But this one's anyone's game right now. Emo, no AWP, just runs and guns, and Nika does flicks in time for 2. Dances with the devil, and barely gets out singed. 5 on 3. And even more aggression where that came from Fnatic. Oh my God, Xantares, don't do it again. Don't you dare. Crims will deny. And that's fine. That's a worthy trade out for Fnatic. They've still got so much util to stall out and execute. And we haven't even talked about Connector yet. There's Roy, traded after 1, but this round is feeling done.
Yeah, Xflad's got the bomb at least, and a whole minute to play with, so plenty of time to kind of, you know, make us interested in this 1v3 attempt. As you go back towards this A site, you run the risk of being in Nikadoz's firing line with this AWP. He's just jump spotting both long and, oh my God, he's missed every timing.
Yeah.
He's missed, there we go, now he gets it, now he gets the timing. Nikadoz knows, rotates, start to move in, but Xflad will be onto the plant at least. That's something. That's the first hurdle in this 1v3 attempt.
Smoke down, he's going to take space. Doesn't want to play for the flank. And they will see that as he walks into the scope. It's Nikadoz with 3 kills, the 2 openers and the closer to get Fnatic on the board here. B has been the way in for Eternal Fire, and it almost feels inevitable that that's where we'll see them end up in these next rounds. A lot to say from Major. Realizing elimination is very much on the line here for those unaware of the consequences. This is our final game of Group A. This is the final spot in the playoffs for one of these teams. For the other, they go home empty-handed after a long fight through the double lower bracket here. Especially for Fnatic today, who have had to already have played a BO3 that went the distance. They took down IHC in a 3-map affair.
Dude, Major is being so vocal right now.
Yeah.
He is the only man talking. He is not stopped. He's still going from that TAC timeout. He's trying to get everyone believing, everyone on the same page, heading into this second round of OT.
But I love how Fnatic, once we hit overtime, they've just taken the wheels off, mate. They have just gone so aggressive, and it's what started out the CT side anyway.
I do have one concern in this round, right? Double con setup right now, but Roy is here. Roy's crazy. Roy doesn't respect the rules of the game. He's probably going to go up that ladder if I know this this crazy guy, right?
They're coming back, though. They just showed middle so they could go back, but it's not like Fnatic even really saw the mid play. And Roy might hear some footsteps indeed. He might know exactly where this one's going, and look at the rotations as a result. Nikadoz, oh, he missed. They didn't see him, I don't think. Xantares, he's going to find out the hard way. A bit of a damage trade. Fash is on the ledge, though. Xantares will clear it just about as a Flash saves his life. The captain puts him in position to win this round, but there's more to do.
Yeah, they don't know about the second man over in Connector, right? They've never seen Roy here. They haven't had to worry about it yet, so he will catch Xantares off guard. Flash through Monster into Crims, into the pain as Crims lights them up. Major left in this one all alone, and not long for this world. Fnatic with a second in OT.
And this is the danger of the lack of defaulting that Eternal Fire do. You don't see 3-1-1s or 2-1-2s really much on their T sides. You see them so grouped, and Fnatic know they have this map control. They're going to find an empty gap. Sure, they go for double con. There could be a world where Eternal Fire have 3 or 4 players down the ladder, but no one goes through. Not a single soul. And so Fnatic hear the footsteps. They rotate B with a guarantee. And now they need one more round to clean sweep their defensive half. And this is after decent T-sides on Overpass. 8 rounds per team. And look, they're still going for it. They will not quit. Roy with Emor's back turned right now, and maybe another man, Major will save his friends again. Back-to-back rounds, Major's done that. Nikados misses his response, he's got to let it go. 4-on-5 back to the site. As the bell tolls. Pro League road getting shorter every second. Fnatic gamble wrong. They've got to retake. It's the final round.
Yeah, for Eternal Fire move in now, it is just Fasha as a sole defender. Crims and Mezzi are both, oh my god, they're flashing through. Mezzi, yeah, okay, I'm glad he didn't commit to that because I thought that was ballsy. Crims holds the line and Fasha lends a helping hand. That heaven smoke fades and Calix is caught out on an island. Zantares tagged up earlier in the round. Wounded. As he tries to cover this bomb plant. It will come through, but he's knocked out. And there's the close for Mezzi. A flawless half in OT for Fnatic.
Yeah, they've come to play here. I got to say, I love the balls on Mezzi's calling in this CT side overtime. It's been so suppressive. They have been all over the map. They've been pushing through Con-off spawn. Roy took Playground instantly that round. And yeah, he dies, but it's just the vibe that Fnatic are in right now. Indestructible and guaranteed double overtime if everything goes wrong. But right now, Fnatic are poised. 3 chances to find a single round to send us out of this map and take us to nuke a finale. It was the same last time. Pulling a gimmick out. Oh my god. Fasha is not safe here. The double nades. Try and find that opening kill. Oh, Fasha's still getting wallbanged, man. He has just been beaten up in this round. He's not been allowed to play it. Pressure being put on B. But with no follow-through, Eternal Fire should know this is a fake. I hope we see Eternal Fire go back into their setup that we never really saw run in a rifle round where Fnatic went A. It's this AAA setup. They're pulling it up right now. Here it is. This is the bread and butter. This is what they were doing all half, and to no result, really. But if Fnatic walk into this one, it's all Eternal Fire will have dreamed of. Jump spots in 2 fronts and AWP in front. But Fnatic will again avoid it.
Yeah, you know, I think Roy's specialty is being able to just get left to his own devices and still find ways to create space just to cause problems, right? Over on this upper side of the map. Left in the bathrooms, Xfloud's playing close to this smoke, has to back away. They will have a flash that comes through with this. As he turns, wrestles with the M4, it's going to be on Calix, and Crims deletes him. 3 kills away from locking in their map are Fnatic, and Nikados has just put them 1 step closer.
Unbelievable resilience for Eternal Fire to hold on, but Fnatic will squeeze them in their palm. Their series to win now. Just Emor and Zantares, a heroic game out of Zantares, but it might be all for nothing. They will peak together, and there's the double kill. Mezzi ends over 30 kills on Mezzi Pass as Fnatic take the win in overtime, pushing us to a 3rd map for our final spot in the playoffs. What a game, and there's still more coming up.